Are you serious? Are you serious? What you're looking at right there is the world map of earthquakes. And there's been some significant activity today. Matter of fact, in the last 24 hours, there's been 34 earthquakes that are at least 2.5 or more. And I've seen bigger numbers than that before. I've seen in the 50s, 60s. But we've had a powerful 6.7 after it was finally downgraded. I mean, it originally was 7.0, but it's been downgraded to 6.7 earthquake that hit Argentina. You can see it there on the map right there. But that's not the only quake that took place. There was another strong earthquake, 5.4, way down here in Antarctica. There was also a 4.6 in the Kuril Islands, a 4.5 in Indonesia, a 4.6 in Indonesia, a 4.7 in Indonesia, a 5.5 also hit Argentina, and you can see that how close it was to the big one. But you might say, well, that was aftershocks. Well, here's the deal. The 5.5, which is a big quake, it was first. The 6.7 came a couple hours later, about 2.5 hours later. So it's not, so it's, this is, in other words, is it done yet? It's a major question. Also, there was a 4.4 in Alaska, a 4.4 in Guatemala, a 4.5 in Chile, a 5.1 in India. All of this happening, folks, seriously, it's like the Ring of Fire was on fire, but it's not just the Ring of Fire. I mean, we're going all the way, and you're looking all the way down there to Antarctica, all the way from Alaska to Antarctica, and there you see the quakes. Now, there were some smaller quakes. Oklahoma, first of all, Puerto Rico, 2.7. Oklahoma, 2.5. Alaska, 3.5. Dominican Republic, 3.5. Oregon had a couple quakes, 2.8, 2.9. California, 2.9. Puerto Rico again, 3.0. Oklahoma, 2.5. Puerto Rico, 2.9. Oklahoma, 2.7. Puerto Rico, 2.5. Then a couple in Alaska at 2.5 and 5 and 4.4. Of course, 2.5 in California, 2.7 and 3.1 in Alaska, 3.0 in Alaska, 3.1 in Oklahoma, 2.9 Alaska, 2.5 Alaska, 2.9 Oklahoma, 3.8 Alaska, 3.0 Oklahoma just happened. So as you can see, the bulk of the earthquakes continue to be America. Almost every day, America has more quakes over 2.5 than anywhere in the world. They just don't generally have the bigger ones. But something biblical is going on with the signs of the second coming of Christ. This is a mega quake, a very powerful quake in Argentina. Good news is no tsunami. Thank God for that. But the reason I bring this up is if the 6.7 in Argentina had been first, followed by a 5.5, I would say, okay, now the aftershocks. But the 5.5 was first, then the 6.7. So are we done? And here's another thing. If you take a look at the sun, there's a 1 million mile solar, they call it a super solar filament. It's absolutely insane how big this thing is on the sun's atmosphere, which means there are sunspots below it on the surface, which can release unbelievable solar flare eruption CMEs, which puts a ton of pressure on the Earth, especially if it becomes Earth-facing. Now, yesterday we had a M2 class solar flare, and it wasn't Earth-facing at all. Yet we're still having some major tectonic plates shifting. So I'm trying to tell you to keep your head up here. Keep looking up. Your redemption draweth nigh. If you're saved. If you're not, you need to find a place to pray. And I mean, time is swiftly getting away from us, folks. Look at the wars, the rumors of wars. Look at the storm that's right now over Israel. An unbelievable, extremely strong, straight line wind carrying dust and sand and pollution. People can't even go outside. I spoke to Amy of Israel. She lives in Haifa on my live broadcast today. And I received video footage from Michael down in Ascalon, which is near the Gaza Strip down there in southern Israel. And just unbelievable. Tel Aviv is you can't even see hardly. And it's not stopping, and it may go on for 3 or 4 days. And they're calling for some very, very powerful snow to fall on Mount Hermon. There's just, and when this wicked wind blowing over Israel, is it because of Washington and the fact that we're stiff-arming Benjamin Netanyahu, the Obama administration, literally stiff-arming him, refusing to meet with him on March 3rd, and several of the Obama administration cabinet, even the vice president, and several other members of Congress are boycotting or skipping or saying they're busy and not going to show up for the Prime Minister of Israel's addressing a joint session of Congress to talk about a critical issue, Iran nuclear weapons. Is this stiff arming causing the wicked winds blowing over Israel? What does this mean? Overall, what does that mean? The Lord said he would bless them that bless Israel, but he'll curse them that curse Israel. Let's just keep an eye open, okay? Be in prayer. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem, and pray for America, and pray for the folks in Argentina that there's no more quakes. God bless.